Hi everybody, and Happy New Year. Welcome to In the Kitchen with Tink. We haven't done this in a long time, and what I'm going to show you how to make tonight is my very famous crab fritters. They're super easy and they're amazingly good, and if you serve them to your friends, they will freak out. Now, what we're going to make first is a horseradish dipping sauce, because you want to make the sauce first, put it in the refrigerator to chill while you prepare your fritters. So we're going to do our sauce first. And what you want to start with is a half a cup of mayonnaise, of real mayo. Can't use like Miracle Whip for this, for the right flavor. There's a couple of sauces you can serve these with. You can certainly serve them with tartar sauce or cocktail sauce. You can also serve them with a Cajun remoulade sauce, which is something that I sometimes make for them as well. But the sauce we're going to make tonight is a horseradish dipping sauce, which is amazing with these. And if you ever had like a Texas Tunyon at Longhorn, this is the same sauce that they give you with that. So here we go. Half a cup of real mayo. Okay. Put that in a bowl. Get that ready to go. You want 1 tablespoon of ketchup. This is such a simple sauce and it comes out so amazingly good. 1 tablespoon of ketchup. You want 2 tablespoons of cream-style horseradish. Very important. The horseradish is always such an amazing ingredient. Makes your sauce outstanding. I mean, this is one of my favorite things in the world, horseradish. And I use a lot of horseradish when I make my cocktail sauce too. So I really love the flavor. So 2 tablespoons of your cream-style horseradish. Good. I think it's okay. Now, all right, we want 1/3 teaspoon of paprika. Okay. I realize that my hands might be off camera. We don't want that. So you want 1/3 teaspoon of paprika right in. And you want about 1/4 teaspoon of salt, okay? Right in there. You want a pinch of dried oregano. A pinch of fresh pepper, ground black pepper. And very importantly, 1/3 teaspoon of cayenne. There you go. Mix it up. That's all there is to it, and it is an amazing sauce. You won't believe how good this is with your fritters. Actually, if you like to make homemade onion rings or a bloomin' onion, this is the sauce for it. Okay, it's really good. So there is your sauce all done. Put this in the fridge, chill it while you make your fritters, and we're going to make our fritters next. Okay guys, we are ready to make our fritters. And I'm using Martel crab meat in a can, like this. But you can also make this with chopped clams, like Cento or Bumblebee. Very nice. They come right in a can. Any food store would have these. Sometimes it's a little harder to get the crab meat, but if you can find it, these are great with crab meat. So you're going to open and drain that can and flake your crab meat nice like that, okay? Very good. Okay, first thing you want is a cup of Bisquick. Now, Bisquick is my favorite fritter flour, let's say, because it makes such a puffy, fluffy fritter. It's so awesome. Okay. Let me think here. We got our biscuit mix. We're gonna put salt, 3/4 of a teaspoon, or to your, to your liking, whatever you want. As salty as you want it. We want 1/4 of a teaspoon of garlic powder. And very importantly, we want a teaspoon of Old Bay seasoning, okay? A teaspoon of Old Bay. Okay. That is your dry ingredients. Oh no, there is one more. There's an herb in here. We want parsley. We want tablespoon of chopped fresh parsley, or a half, maybe, let's see, I'd say maybe a teaspoon and a half of dry. Really good stuff. And measurements don't have to be totally specific in this because they come out great. Really good stuff. Stir your dry ingredients and herbs around a little bit, okay? Just like that. Blend them good. Make a well in the center, and I'll show you what to do next. Okay, now we're going to mix up our wet ingredients to add to the fritter batter there. And what you're going to want is 1/4 cup of milk. There you go. 1 egg, 1 nice large egg. And 2 tablespoons of lemon juice. I always have these monster lemon juice things in my fridge because I use it all the time. 1, 2, that's it. That is your wet ingredients, which you're going to beat together a little bit. Get that together. Get the egg broken up a little bit. Bring your dry ingredients over. Pour the wet ones right into the little well. And mix them up. Mix it up real well until everything's blended nicely. I'm telling you, these are so good, you won't believe it. It is so cold today. It's like, I don't know, it was like 9 with the wind chill, I think, and it snowed all day long. Crazy. Okay, mix it up till your biscuit is all mixed up, okay? And then you want to add your can of crab meat or clams, whatever you're using. Pour it right in. Make sure you get all that good crab meat in there. And just stir that until it's blended. And one more thing, before you start mixing your batter, you can get a frying pan or Dutch oven going on the stove top with about 1/2 inch of canola oil. I always use canola. Canola doesn't impart any extra flavor to your fritters. It doesn't give anything a greasy taste. So there we go. They are ready to go into the oil. You have to let that oil get nice and hot before you start popping these suckers in. But we have our oil heating on the stove, and as soon as it's ready to go, I'll be back with you. Okay. Make sure your canola oil is nice and hot. It should look a little bit ripply. And what you're going to do, very simple, and be careful because frying is not, you know, it splatters and stuff, so be careful. You're going to take your batter. I use one of these little small cookie scoops, but you can use a regular teaspoon just as well. Just take it by scoopfuls or teaspoonfuls, drop it right into your hot oil. Beautiful. Don't do too many at a time though, because you know you'll lower the temperature of your oil. So you want to do maybe 4 at a time. Just awesome. And they're so fluffy. You want to have a plate next to your pan with paper towel on top, so you can put them on here to drain while you cook the rest. And something else that's really cool about this batter is if you don't have to make too many, or if you're just making them for yourself, just make as many as you want and freeze the rest of your batter. Then you'll just defrost it and do it just like this. After the batter's defrosted, it freezes very well. I've done it several times like that. Fry them till they're nice and brown like this. It's just an amazing recipe. Simple, tasty. I mean, perfect for a cold night like this. Great thing if you're gonna, you know, for the Super Bowl, if you're gonna have people over. Make a big basket of these, let people munch and dip and munch. Nice. See, they don't take long at all, as long as your oil is properly, you know, as long as you've heated up your oil well, because you really have to do that. That is the key to not getting that greasy taste in your food, okay? Hot oil. Okay, let's put a couple more in. And you just go on like that, making either all your batter or as much as you want, and freezing the rest, and then putting them on the paper plates, on the paper towel to drain. And after I fry up a few more, I'll come back and show you how to serve it. Okay guys, here is your blotting, how do you call it? Draining, blotting fritters on your paper towel. And the way I like to serve them is in these really cool, retro baskets, like you would have gotten chicken in the basket in, or shrimp in the basket in years ago. And what you want to do is arrange your fritters, and line it with a paper towel or a fancy napkin, whatever, and pile your fritters in like so. Serve with the dipping sauce in a little container like that, and you're ready to roll. Now I'm going to break one open and show you how light and airy they are inside. Look at that. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? So they're very easy to make, and you can make them in a very short time. Frying is a little bit messy, but you know, after a while you get used to it. And what I do with my old oil, I just take it out into the yard. I take the pan out into the yard and just dump it. This way you don't have to worry about what you're going to do with the oil, because you can't really throw it in the garbage. It just makes a mess. So I just take the whole pan out after the oil cools and dump it out there. No problem. So that's it. Tink's crab fritters with horseradish dipping sauce. Like I said, you can make them with chopped clams as well. I also make them with cod, because since my father can't have shellfish, I'll boil a couple of pieces of cod and flake up the cod and stir that in instead. So there's a lot of things you can do with them. And they have, with the texture and the lightness, the way they come out, they're very much like a hush puppy. If you know what a hush puppy, if you know those little corn cake hush puppies. Really nice, about the consistency of a hush puppy. So that's it. I hope you enjoyed that, guys. New Year's here. I'm hoping to have more time for YouTube now that the holidays are past, and we'll see where that takes us. So I hope to see you soon. I hope you're having a magical, mystical, musical night. I love it all. Hope you try the fritters, and I'll see you on the flip side.